So I'm hoping everybody is okay. Good morning. Today I want to talk about the order of work, which is something we did already. So I'm just touching a little bit on what you should do in the order of work. Then now you can start presenting your menus. So when we talk about an order of work, an order is how things should be done in a chronological order. So when we are talking about the order of work, we talk of answering a particular question of who does what, when, and how. Who does what, when, and how, and also why they are doing it. And we usually say that an order of work has got 3 parts. There is what we call the pre-production, that is what we call previous preparation. Then there is the actual production, which is now getting into the kitchen, and there is post-production, which is you've cooked, you've served, but what needs to be done? For example, you need to wash the utensils and keep them back in store. You have to return remaining ingredients if they are there. You have to mop the kitchen and leave it clean. So that is post-production. You are not producing, but you are still in the kitchen. So majorly when we talk about the order of work, we are simply asking from when you get into the kitchen, what do you start with until you are able to produce a meal and leave the kitchen? So from when you get into the kitchen to when you leave the kitchen, that is what we call the order of work. So as you know, our time is usually 6 hours. We usually have 6 hours. So these 6 hours are the ones that we are supposed to manage both from pre-production, production, and post-production, such that the moment we enter into the kitchen at 8 a.m., by the time it is 2 p.m. on the dot, we've left the door of the kitchen. Something that I say every time, whether you are doing your practical in the morning or in the afternoon, your plan says you plan from 8 to 2. So anytime you are starting your order of work, your starting time should be 8 a.m. and your finishing time should be 2 p.m. There are 2 things that you should know. One, when you are doing the previous preparation. Previous preparation takes a set time of 1 full hour. Even when you look at your question paper, it will tell you do previous preparation for 1 hour, produce for 4 hours, then you serve and clear for 1 hour. Those are 6 hours. So during previous preparation or during your order of work, when you are writing your order of work, when you look at the notes that I sent you, I did an example of an order of work with just the previous preparation because I didn't have an actual menu. Now, what are some of the things that we do in previous preparation? Because we say that in previous preparation, most of these things are similar. For example, ventilating the kitchen. Once you write, you have your table there, time 8 to 9. Task, hapo juu unaandika kama topic previous preparation na una underline. So anza kuziandika kama points. For example, getting increase from mtu atafanya hiyo. So that one must be in everybody's order of work under the previous preparation. So getting ingredients from the store. Another one, everybody will do collection of equipment. Kila mtu ataokota their own equipment, because remember in the exam we do not share. In the exam we do not share equipment. So everybody is going to collect their own cooking equipment. Something else everybody will do, washing vegetables, ama cleaning the vegetables, because we like it being put in. You can put it either in general or depending on what vegetable you are cooking. Let's say someone is having carrots, another one is having kales, another one is having spinach. You will write your individual vegetable. The reason why we bracket them and say cleaning vegetables is because in those vegetables, you are also going to have things like the leek and the celery for making stock. You're also going to have onions, you are going to have tomatoes. So you'll not keep writing cleaning the celery, cleaning tomatoes, cleaning onions. No, we'll simply say cleaning the vegetables. So everybody will also do that. Again, we have something else. If you are having a cake, let's say you are baking, under your previous preparation, you will have weighing the cake ingredients. I'm weighing the flour, weighing the sugar, weighing the margarine. So weighing your cake ingredients. If you are having meat, we will see weighing your protein. Kama ni pork, weighing pork. Kama ni beef, weighing beef. Kama ni chicken, weighing chicken. So what I'm trying to say is there are those things which will be similar in everybody's previous preparation. And there are others which will be dictated by what someone is cooking. So I've said from 8 to 9, we call it previous preparation, and then you write those things. Everybody knows the things that we do during previous preparation. Kama uko na vitu kama French beans, right? Topping and tailing the French beans. Top and to tail ni kutoa hizo the ends. You top and tail. Sio kuzikata. Kuzikata you do it during preparation, but topping and tailing. Same case with cabbage. Kama ni cabbage tumesema cleaning the vegetables. So you are not going to shred your cabbage at that time. Time ya kushred cabbage ni ile yenye utaambiwa anza production. So another thing that everybody does during previous preparation is assembling the ingredients according to dish. Assembling your ingredients according to dish. For example, let's say you have a menu yenye iko na tomato soup, croutons, iko na beef stew, iko na braised rice, iko na steamed cabbage, iko na fruit salad, then coffee with milk. How do you assemble the ingredients for each dish? Now this means unachukua vitu za soup unaziweka kwa bakuli moja. So kama ni tomatoes, ginger, garlic, tomato paste, bacon, because you also use bacon to tengeneza tomato soup, salt, whatever that you need to make tomato soup, unaweka kwa bakuli moja, unafunika na cling film. Unaangalia vitu za beef stew. You have your meat, your tomatoes, your ginger, your whatever spice that you're using, unaweka kwa bakuli moja, unafunika na cling film. Unachukua rice. Now with braised rice you only need rice and some oil and onion. So you put your rice in one bowl na onion and mafuta iko hapo kando, unafunika na cling film. You go to your vegetable, your braised cabbage. You've already washed the cabbage. You put it in a bowl, unafunika na cling film. Coffee with milk. Take your milk, ikuwa kwa packets. Put it on your table together with your coffee, ikuwa kwa sachet, unaweka hapo. So that the examiner is able to see, there is a point we mark in that. Assembling ingredients according to dish. That is why every time when we are beginning the practical, what do I say? Pick everything that you need, such that when we say it is production time, it is time to cook. You're not going to come back to me and tell me I'm baking a cake na hatuna margarine. Why are you noticing that hauna margarine at 4 p.m. when the practical started at 2 p.m. It is because you did not do what? Group your ingredients according to the dish. So you make sure before you start cooking, that is now during the previous preparation, umeziosha, umefanya kila kitu, sasa unazipanga. Kama niko na supu, I want to make sure kila kitu ya soup iko pamoja. If I have braised cabbage, I want to make sure iyo braised red cabbage, I want to make sure the red cabbage is there, the apple is there, the bacon is there, the vinegar is there, the salt is there, pamoja kwa bakuli moja. Si kuchukua moja kwa hii meza na ingine kwa ile meza. No, that is not allowed in an exam room. And that is why we don't even have you are not supposed to be having mtungi ya mafuta pale kwa meza yako. No. Ati mafuta juu ni mingi tuna share. No. The examiner wants to see you. That is why tuko na point inasema weighing ingredients. Now you go back to your recipe. You look at how much oil do I need for this. Kuna measuring jug. Unaenda unaweka kwa measuring jug, unajiwekea mafuta yako peke yako kwa meza yako. That way you will even avoid the frustration of it is in the middle of the practical, mafuta imeisha kwa ile mtungi kubwa, and now you are there sweating. Kuna mafuta. And maybe at that time hakuna mtu wako hapo kukupatia mafuta kwa haraka. So to avoid such things, especially in an exam scenario, you make sure before I start cooking, I have everything set. There is nothing else that is going to bother me throughout. So I'll again talk about the last part yenye nimeita post-production. Again, hiyo ina take another 1 hour. That one takes another 1 hour. And that 1 hour is 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Now, when we say 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., what do we say? That is the time we call production. When you look at the handout yenye niliwatumia, hiyo part nimeita clearance. You are clearing. You are basically clearing from the kitchen. So what does clearing entail? Clearing entails washing the kitchen equipment and returning them to their appropriate storage areas. You emptying the dustbin, mopping the floor, such kind of things. Now, this clearance, you can also call it post-production. Post-production. So post-production means what? After you've already produced. So now you are supposed to be leaving the kitchen, but you cannot leave it dirty. So you need to leave everything in order as you found it. Now, what do you do in the 4 hours there in between? Because those are the 4 hours that you should know how to deal with them. We say that in writing an order of work, we begin with those things that take long to be produced. That is one. Things that will take long to be produced. That is why sometimes people do not finish the exam, because somebody started by cooking cabbage and rice. They forgot that they had chicken, or they had beef, or they had lamb. So you begin with things that are hard, things that will take more time to cook. Unaanza nazo. Another point you should note, kama uko na kitu inataka kupelekwa kwa fridge ama kwa freezer, again unaanza nayo. Now for example, uko na ice cream na uko na beef stew. You have ice cream and you have beef stew. What do you start making? You will start by, remember, pale kwa previous preparation you wrote thawing beef. Sasa umeambua start your production. What are you going to do? Because beef will take time and ice cream will take time, this is what I will advise. Cut your meat and marinate. Remember tunasemaga ukimarinate unaiacha ina rest before upika. So cut your meat and marinate it. Then ikiendelea kusoak kwa marinade sasa, make your ice cream, take it to the freezer. So once you make the ice cream, take it to the freezer. Now come back, eka ile beef yako kwa moto, na sasa uanze kutafutana na rice, sorting your rice, uanze kuipika uwekelee kwa moto. Now got on to your vegetable. Now, another thing, let's say uko na chapati. Uko na chapati, uko na fruit salad, inahitaji pia kupelekwa kwa fridge. What do you do? Pale kwa previous preparation uliandika weighing chapati flour. Umeambua produce. What will you do? Uko na chapati, uko na beef stew, uko na fruit salad, inafaa kwenda kwa fridge. You will start by, as I have said, kata nyama yako ianze kumarinate. Then knead your chapati dough. Remember kuna term tunaitaga rest ama relax. So vile nyama yako inahitaji kusoak kwa marinade, The same way your chapati dough needs to rest ama to relax. So you will cut your meat and marinate it, cover with a cling film. Take your flour, tengeneza dough ya chapati, cover with a wet kitchen cloth. Sasa enda kata your fruits, take them to the fridge. Now come back and eka nyama kwa moto. Once you put your nyama kwa moto, now you take your dough, it has already rested in a stretch vizuri sana. Now you can start rolling it, ukiroll tule tudogo tudogo, let it rest again. Now, the time it is resting again, now you can shred your vegetable. And once you shred that vegetable, do not cook it straight away. Just shred, iko ready. Remember, vegetables are cooked very close to the service time. Vegetables zinapikwa huko mwisho mwisho, and you know the reasons. One, we do not want to lose their color. And again, we also do not want to keep reheating them so that we don't lose their nutrients. So, when you are dealing with the order of work, you simply look at what is taking more time, what is taking less time, so that the one which is taking more time, you start with it. By the time your time yako inakuja kuisha, you'll find that you do not have stress. Sometimes people will start with things that are taking very short time, and then they want to take long time, they come to remember, oh, I'm supposed to bake, cake is another that takes time. So pia kama uko na cake, once you marinate your nyama, ikisoko kwa marinade, tengeneza keki yako haraka haraka, ingie kwa oven, ndio uanzane na mambo ya the hot kitchen ya kupika. Now, that is what I was supposed to say about, no, it is not all. The other thing I was supposed to say is about the remark. The remark is very important. For example, when you tell me thawing meat, tell me why. Why are you thawing meat? So you simply write to defrost the meat. Kama unasema knead the chapati dough and let it rest, you tell me to relax the dough. If you are telling me marinate the beef, then write under the remark to tenderize or to soften it and to flavor the meat. If you are writing for me weighing the cake ingredients, tell me to produce a quality cake. So remark is simply, why are you doing it? So why are you marinating your meat? Why are you washing your vegetables? Why are you mopping the kitchen floor? And such kind of things. Nitamalizia kama kate. Sawa. No, sikuja hapa tena. So, you must tell us why you are doing whatever you are doing. There is a reason. That reason is what we call remarks. So remarks are not hard things. Remarks are not things that you are going to research about. No, they are things you know. For example, why am I shredding the cabbage? I'm shredding it for readiness production. Hautachukua cabbage mzima uweke kwa sufuria. No, you have to. So why are we shredding? For readiness of, or in readiness of production. So, do we have questions concerning the order list? The order of work before now we proceed to your menus. Kama tuko na maswali, tuulize kabla tuende kwa menus. Maswali? Anyone? Solomon, question? Collins, question? Mwikali, question? Mudhoni, Jerusha, question? Okay, Bansi, any question? Sharon, any question? Consolata, swali? Imelda, any question? Fatma?
Acha. Kumarinate inaingia kwa previous preparation.
Hapana. Yenye inaingia kwa previous preparation ni thawing meat. Thawing meat. Although, okay, Marinating inaweza ingia kwa both. The problem comes in here where some examiners will say that once you cut your meat, you will have shortened your production time. So under the previous preparation, mostly you just thaw your meat. Na ukienda sana you trim the meat. Lakini sasa ukianza time ya production, hiyo ndio unakata nyama yako na unaimarinate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
When you have clear soup and bread rolls, hapo sana sana ndio wewe inanichanganya ukikuja kwa time load of work. Uanzie na gani?
Utaanzia na bread roll sababu yeast products take a lot of time before they are cooked. So under your previous preparation, you'll write weighing bread roll ingredients. Then production time is heavy. The production time is starting. Before you even start marinating your meat or even cutting the meat, what will you do? You remember how we make bread rolls. Unachukua unga, you make a well at the center, you put the salt, the sugar, and then you mix some yeast. Uwekele in a warm place ndio ifure. That is what you will start with. So you will start by fermenting the yeast. Uweke hapo yeast, put in a warm place, iendelee kufanya nini? Kuferment ama kuprove. So that by the time una marinate nyama, ukimaliza, now you go take it, knead your dough, urudishe pia, iendelee kufanya nini? Iendelee kuprove. Remember we prove twice. So the first time, the second time, then we knock back. Then the last time tunaekelea hapo ina prove, then we put in the oven. The good thing about the yeast product is that once you put in the oven, it takes like 15 minutes inaiva. But before then, you have a lot of tasks to do. So definitely yeast product unaanza nayo so that you can give it time to prove. Okay, I think we can now go to our menus, our today's menus. So I'll start with question number 1. So Consolata, you're going to give us your menu for question 1. Consolata, tupatie menu ya number 1. Consolata?
Yes.
Number 1 ilikuwa na clarify, blanch, simmer, offal, refresh. Menu yako inasema aje?
Clear soup.
Yes.
Braised oxtail.
Braised? Oxtail. Okay.
Yes.
Sawa, hiyo ni offal.
Buttered rice.
Buttered rice.
Mixed vegetables.
Mixed vegetables.
Mixed vegetables.
Yes. Dessert.
Apple sorbet.
Apple sorbet. Then, mwisho?
Coffee with milk.
Okay, coffee with milk. Now, does your clear soup have an accompaniment? Ama umeiandika tu hivyo? Do you have an accompaniment?
Tu hivyo.
Okay. Sawa. Now, from this menu, clarify ametumia clear soup. Something she has not gotten right is lacking the accompaniment. Now, we said clear soup must always be accompanied by bread rolls. So we should see clear soup stroke bread rolls. That is the only part yenye amekosea because with the protein, she has braised oxtail. Oxtail is an offal. We say that offals are the internal parts, internal organs of an animal. So it can be the oxtail, it can be the tongue, it can be the liver, it can be the kidney, the heart. All those are oxtails. Then in that same oxtail, simmer will also be there. Anything we braise or anything we stew, who after it may boil, the recipe says let it simmer until tender. So simmer will be used there. Then she has mixed vegetables. Mixed vegetables we blanch, we drain, we refresh. So blanching and refreshing amezitumia kwa mixed vegetables. So buttered rice imeingia hapo katikati. So amejijazia hiyo, and it is correct the way she has put it. Then she has apple sobe which is correct because our water is hot. We have a soup which is hot at the beginning. So as a dessert, you are able to have any cold dessert of your choice because hapa hatuna term ya dessert. Then obviously we have coffee with milk at the end. So do we have a person with a problem with number 1? Ama mtu anataka kutupatia menu nyingine? We say whether it is correct. Number 1, another menu. Bansi, do you have a menu ya number 1? Utupatie menu yako ya number 1. Bansi? Your number 1 menu? Collins, number 1 menu?
Number 1 menu yangu ni kama consolata.
Okay, zinafanana. Jerusha, number 1 menu? Is it different from what we have?
Hear certain things.
Sharon?
Certain parts, like little
Yes.
pieces of the
Your
story.
menu ya hiyo number 1 inakaa aje?
So much to this day, you know, I hear a lot.
Clear soup and bread rolls,
What's not.
Mexican bean pot,
Uh-huh.
braised rice with mushrooms,
Mm-hmm.
mixed vegetables,
Mm-hmm.
and cupcakes.
Okay, now kwa Mexican bean pot umekosea because beans are not offals. Offals are the internal organs of animals. So anytime we have the term offal, we must see an internal organ as a protein. The other part yenye umekosea ni kwa dessert, cupcakes. Now, cupcake is a tea item. It is not a dessert. Cupcake is a tea item and not a dessert. That is why mostly, but okay, let me say this. Mostly, you see them being produced by production module 2 class. Why do they produce? Because in their question, they're usually told, make tea items for 30 people. So kwa tea item, wanaweza tengeneza cupcakes, wanaweza tengeneza tumandazi, wanaweza tengeneza samosa. And that is why in my practice, because I teach practical, if you've been keen, I don't, sitakagi mpike cupcakes, hizo queen cakes ama mpike samosa. Kwa nini? Kwa sababu mutaniwekea kwa menu. Because it is hard once you've been producing it in the kitchen to find a problem why cannot put it in the menu. So a tea item is served together with tea. Ndio maana watu wa module 2 production DFB ama DCA, they will have a question yenye inasema wapike tea item. Then with 3, watu wa module 3 kwa sababu ndio wanapika hiyo chapati, kwa swali yao watakuwa wameambiwa wapike chai. So the tea is what will be served with the tea item. So cupcake is a no when it comes to the menu. So cupcake is not a dessert but a tea item. So because you already have a correct starter, which is clear soup na ni hot. Now ukienda kwa dessert, I want you to get a cold dessert. Get a cold dessert like a fruit salad, a sorbet, an ice cream, any cold dessert. That will be correct. Then ukikuja kwa your protein, because you said the correct term there ni offal ya protein, utoe beans. Remove beans. Tulisema you can only put beans kama umeandiki uko na term yenye ni legumes ama sock ama pulses. Kama uko na pulses na starter yako hujaweka pulse soup, pia unaweza weka hapo beans hapo kwa protein. But in this case we do not want what? Beans. Now blanch na refresh umetumia braised rice. So umetumia braised rice kama your starch, which is correct. So just change your what? Your protein. The only point to note here is now you're not going to have like braised liver ama braised oxtail. So now use another cooking method like stewed liver, because uko na braised rice. Don't have braised liver. So stewed liver, stewed kidney, such kind of thing.
I have a
Sawa,
question.
Sharon. Yes.
Kwa swali ilikuwa imesema una produce food ya Mexican envoys. That's why nilieka Mexican bean pot juu. Kuna time yenye tuliambiwa according to the place and the people who you're producing food for, you're making a type of food. Does that apply?
Okay, it applies, but it will apply but with the correct item. So unaangalia pia terms. Unaangalia nini? The terms. So the terms must be correct. Sawa sawa. Your terms must be correct. Hiyo tulisema even in the last class. Remember in the last class when we were talking about Chinese, we had something like, Indian, we had ghee. And we said that ghee is mostly in the Indian theme. So unaangalia vitu zinapikwa na ghee. Ukienda pale kwa Indian cuisine ama Indian recipes, menus, hapo ndio unatafuta your terms ukizidia the correct dish. These terms will apply in very many cuisines. But now it goes back to if I'm cooking for this particular nationality. And these are the terms I am having. What dish can I produce from the terms? So that is why Mexican bean pot cannot be there. Any other question? Or any other person with a different menu yenye nataka tuseme kama iko correct? Imelda, menu yako inakaa aje? Ya number 1? Imelda, your menu, is it different? Ali, do you have a menu? Ya number 1? Hoping that you wrote the menus. Your number 1 menu, how does it look like? Okay, it is the same. Now, remember, these are terms I had sent to you way before, so I just resent them again. And I am expecting that as we do this particular revision, it's like we are doing the last brush off of these terms, because I said I want to look for and introduce more complex terms, because it's like most of the terms that I have already given you. So make sure before we go to new terms, you are already familiar with these terms and you are able to come up with your own menu without struggling. Something else I want to believe you are doing, I want to believe that you practice planning. Remember we said that planning is 2 hours, strictly 2 hours. So I'm hoping that you time yourself. Every menu that we make here, or every menu that you come up with, time yourself from the terms, not even from the menu. So you get terms, do an order list, a costing sheet, timed order of work, and the portioning equipment. Now, number 2, Number 2, we had sugar paste, glaze, dressing, gravy, braise. Solomon, give us your menu. Yeah, number 2. Solomon. Okay. So we want to know our number 2. Betty Alexander, I've never seen you in class. First time today. I mark you absent every class. I hope that you have the menus, because you are going to give us your number 3 menu, Alexander. Number 3 utatupatia menu. Ali will give us menu number 4, the question number 4. Yes, Solomon.
Okay, my number 2 says first tomato and cucumber salad.
Yes, tomato and cucumber salad.
The protein is roast beef with gravy sauce. Fermented potatoes as starch. Braised cabbage as a vegetable.
Yes.
Pancake with jam as a dessert.
Okay, pancake with jam is a dessert.
Yeah, and coffee with milk.
Okay, now your starter is correct because you used the thing. Your protein is correct. You used gravy with the roast beef. Your starch is correct. Fermented potatoes. You've used braised square vegetable. Now, the only problem I have is the dessert. For dessert, we need to see sugar paste and we need to see glaze. Now, there are items that are made from pastries. Now, on various types of pastries. We will do pastries as a topic in production. We have sugar pastry, we have puff pastry, we have sweet pastry, we have rough puff pastry, we have short pastry. Now, with the sugar pastry, that we get some various desserts. But before I mention them, I want to get another menu from somebody who has. I'll come back to you, Solomon. I'll need somebody else with another different dessert. Mwikali. Lillian. How does your menu? Yes, Collins, you can.
Cucumber and tomato salad.
Yes, correct.
Grilled lamb leg and gravy sauce.
Yes, correct.
Braised rice.
Correct.
Buttered spinach.
Yes.
Lemon cake and lemon sauce.
Lemon cake and lemon sauce.
And coffee with milk.
Coffee with milk. Again, the dessert is wrong. Hatujatumia sugar paste. Hatujatumia sugar paste. Sawa, Fatuma, you are very correct. Apple crumble, tartlet. But I would request you remove the crumble. Fatuma, toa crumble, andika tu apple tartlet. Toa crumble. When you talk about a crumble is, so write apple tartlet. Mwikali?
Yeah.
Number 2, your menu.
Tomato and cucumber salad.
Yes.
Grilled chicken. with tomato sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Then pimento potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Braised cabbage.
Yes.
And then pancake with jam.
Mm-hmm. Pancake with jam.
Then
How long? Okay, coffee with milk. Sasa umekosea mbili. You've not used gravy, you've not used sugar paste. Now, we said with gravy, we must see either gravy sauce ama thickened gravy. So tomato sauce utoe, uweke gravy sauce. Yes, Bansi almond tart is correct. Almond tart is correct. Yes?
Hapo kwa dessert. Unaweza weka bakwe tart.
Yes, Bakewell tart is correct. That's where I'm going. Naenda hapo kwa sugar paste. So let's do this. I see most of you are able to interpret dressing, gravy, braise, na somehow glaze, because most of you mnapata dessert mko na glaze but hamjatumia sugar paste. Now, sugar paste, na nilisema such things are not written kwa order list. You don't order for sugar paste. Pia kwa costing sheet, you don't order for sugar paste. You order for the ingredients. So, the same way you find stock kwa recipe, it is the same way you'll find sugar paste kwa recipe. And sugar paste is something that we make that is supposed now to give us our final product. So, kwa sugar paste, I want you to write this. There are things that we make, desserts that we make from sugar paste. All the flans and the tarts are made from sugar paste. So anytime you find sugar paste kwa menu ama kwa terms, be sure that your dessert is either a flan or a tart or a tartlet. So let's do this. Let's write this. So under sugar paste iko na jina ingine inaitwa pia sugar pastry ama sweet paste or sweet pastry. So sugar paste or pastry is also known as sweet paste ama sweet pastry. So write the examples of desserts that you can make from it. Examples of desserts that you can make from it. One is apple flan. Apple flan. Another one is Bakewell tart. Now tuko na mbili, tuko na Bakewell tart na Bakewell flan. So both of them. Bakewell tart pia Bakewell flan. Kuna banana flan. We have fruit tartlets. For example, vile Fatuma ameka recipe nini dessert yake ni apple tartlets. That is correct. So any fruit tartlet. So tunaweza kuwa na apple tartlet, lemon tartlet, such kind of things. Then you also have apricot flan. Apricot flan. We have lemon tart. We have lemon meringue flan. Meringue, najua mnaitaga meringue. So that one, lemon meringue flan. And then another one is Italian meringue. Italian meringue. So all tarts and flans and tartlets zote zinatokana na sugar pastry ama sugar paste, which you also call sweet paste. So na iko na glaze. So both glaze na sugar paste zinaingia kwa dessert yenye it's either a flan or a tart or a tartlet. So make sure in your own time uende kwa practical cookery under pastries ziko classified. Ukipata sugar pastry utaona many recipes below it. Hizo zote ni desserts. But kuna zingine ziko na tea items which I will mention, but when we come to sugar pastry zenye nimemention, flans, tarts na tartlets, hizo ni desserts and they are hot desserts. We talked about desserts last week na tukasema hot desserts are the ones which are not chilled or not taken to the freezer. So we don't chill them, we don't set them. Tunapika na they cool on the kitchen counter. Now let's go to number 3. Twende number 3. Unless kuna swali ya number 2. Any question in number 2?
So the difference between a tartlet?
Yes?
Difference between a tart and
okay.
a tartlet.
Okay, a tart is made using the flandering, ile kubwa. A tartlet ni tudogo. They are supposed to be made using tuvitu tudogo kama tule twa cupcakes. So tart ni ile kubwa, tartlet ni tudogo. It is similar. For example, if you have lemon tart, the big lemon tart, you will bake in the big flandering. Then when you have tartlets, utapika kwa tule tuvitu twa pancake, twa queen cake. Although there is a particular, you're supposed to be having molds, individual molds za kupika, sio ya muffin cake. So tuvitu tudogo tunakaa cupcakes, tunakaa cups. Solomon, your question?
Nilikuwa nauliza unaweza tengeneza cake and then you brush it with apricot glaze.
Yes, you can. Hapo utakuwa umetumia glaze, but hautakuwa umetumia sugar paste as a term. Hautakuwa umetumia sugar paste because our term here, we need to use sugar paste, we need to use glaze, we need to use dressing, gravy na braise. So ndio tutumie zote. Sugar paste lazima ionekane pale, and cake is not a sweet pastry product. Any other question? Hakuna. Twende number 3. Number 3. Oh, the person I said will give us number 3 ameshatoroka. Omondi Felix. Pia wewe sijai kuona kwa hii class. Give us your menu ya number 3. Felix, do you have your number 3 menu? Ann, menu yako ya number 3 uko nayo? Ali, number 3 menu. Menu ya number 3. Omondi Felix, nakungoja unipatie menu ya number 3. If you do not have the menu, simply tell me you do not have the menu. Ndio tuache kuharibu bundles na time. Fatma, give me your number 3 menu. Now, next week I'll be awarding Cat 1 marks here as we do the class. So the same way I ask questions, the same way I call somebody and I ask questions, that's how I will be awarding Cat 1 marks, by the way. Fatima didn't do number 3. Mohammed Ibrahim. Mohammed. I thought you people formed a discussion group.
So can I try number 3?
Yes, you can.
Okay, that is Russian salad for starter. Brown beef stew. Turmeric rice. Steamed cabbage.
What? Steamed?
Cabbage.
Steamed cabbage.
Buckwheat tart and custard sauce. And coffee with milk.
Okay, now nitakuanzia kwa vegetable. Vegetable we needed paysen. Na kwa paysen hatuwezi kuwa na cabbage. If you remember the
wrong one.
Umenipea number 4, si ndio?
Number 3.
You've given me yes, give me number 3.
Cream of peas soup and croutons.
Yes.
Braised kidney. Pilaf rice. Spring greens. Marble cake.
What? Marble cake?
And custard sauce. Coffee with milk.
Coffee with milk. Okay. Now, kwa dessert umekosea because here we have choux pastry. Kwa starter you are okay because you blend the soup, skim, it is okay. When you have your braised kidney or any braised, whether beef, lamb, we seal. When we put oil kwa sufuria alafu tunaweka nyama inatoa ile kasauti. That sauti simply seals the outer surface. So hiyo umeseal. So now I also have a problem with spring greens. Because when we talk of spring greens will be a mixture of various vegetables. Spring greens can even mean cabbage, can mean cauliflower, can mean all those things that we can cut. Now, when we have something like paysen, something like julienne, something like brunoise, we want to see a specific vegetable yenye tutakata in that particular style. So for example, we can have carrot, you can have buttered carrot, but then when you are doing the exam, the examiner will want to see the paysen shape that you are cutting. So once you've written it, utapata marks ya that term. But in the process of cooking, kuna ile marks ya kuangalia, do you cut correctly? Are you cooking correctly? Now, in that particular step, you should also make sure that you cut it according to the shape that is written there. Now, I know that I sent you, niliwatumia hako ka screenshot, even the notes, zile za vegetables. Ziko na diagrams za hizo different vegetable cuts. So when we are having something like shred, there we know that we have either the green leafy vegetables or the brassicas. Brassicas ni cabbage, red cabbage, white cabbage. We can shred. But when we have julienne, brunoise, paysen, ama jardiniere, then we know we have individual vegetable. Kama carrot, kama courgette, kama French beans, things that we can really cut into different shapes zenye tunataka. Now, so slice. Where have you used the slice?
Slice.
Ama umeslice your kidney. Now,
peniens. Nilikuwa lakini after umetuambia lazima ikuwe visible umetumia hiyo term yako.
Yes.
Before nilikuwa nimetumia kwa cream of peas kwa sababu nilishred hizo ingredient peeni hizo ingredients zake.
Oh,
Mm.
but now remember, in most of the soups, most of the soups zenye huwa tuna blend, recipe huwa inasema we cut the vegetables in mayapwa. Mayapwa ni roughly cutting, kwa sababu at the end of it we are going to do what? We are going to blend. Sawa?
Okay.
Yes, so anytime we have a term, hiyo tunataka kuiona from the beginning of production mpaka pale kwa presentation. Ndio tukiangalia your carrot hivi tuone kweli this is Julien, this is Faisen, this is Jedeniel. So anytime you see here, you're supposed to see it, the process of it being made until the presentation time. Yes, until the presentation time.
Sana kwa dessert.
Yes, dessert cake. Cake is a no because we have choux pastry. I'm going to give the pastry products. I'm going to give choux pastry. Zile dessert unajua unafaa kuandika ukiona choux pastry ziko specific. So we cannot have a cake. We cannot have a cake. Another person who wants to try, number 3, before I give out the answer. Sharon?
Pumpkin soup and croutons.
Yes.
For starter. Roast lamb leg. Ugali. Buttered carrots.
Yes.
Chocolate eclairs.
Yes, correct.
And coffee with milk.
Okay, now I'll take you back to the leg of lamb. I know you umesil, but
yes.
where is the sauce?
West Kingston.
Sauce yake iko wapi?
Sijui.
So you're supposed to write roast leg of lamb gravy sauce or thickened gravy. So hiyo lazima uiweke, yes, hiyo lazima uiweke sauce. But basically your menu is correct. Another person who wants to give us a menu.
Put him in jail. But Jim Brown knows too much. Expected he'll testify.
Another trial before I give the final menu. Ansieta? I don't know even whether that is how your name is pronounced. That's why I prefer calling you Anne. Do you have a menu? Number 3. Banzi, uko na menu? Banzi. Do you have a different menu? Imelda, I thought you were giving me a menu. Where is your menu? Imelda?
Excuse me, madam.
Yes.
Hapa kwa pricing, is it only for carrots that can be cut into that shape ama vitu kama cucumber or something else can be chopped into that?
something else can be chopped into that. Any hard vegetable. Ikuwe ni carrot, ikuwe ni cucumber, ikuwe ni courgette, ikuwe ni French beans, it can be chopped into different shapes. The only things I've said they cannot be chopped, they said, ni the green leafy vegetables kama spinach na sukuma wiki, and the brassicas kama the cabbages, and also the flower heads. The flower heads like the broccoli and the cauliflower, they also cannot.
So
Now,
maybe I give you my menu.
yeah.
Okay, for the starter, lentil soup / croutons. For the protein, roast beef / gravy sauce.
Yes.
For the starch, ugali. For the vegetable, stir-fried courgette. For the dessert, chocolate gâteau.
Yeah.
And then coffee with milk.
Okay. Correct dessert is wrong. Hizo zingine zote umepata dessert is wrong. Now, let's do this. Twende kwa shoe paste. So, anytime you see shoe paste ama shoe pastry, there are particular desserts zenye ndizo unapika. Now, one is chocolate eclairs. Chocolate eclairs kama ile ya Sharon, that is correct. Chocolate eclairs. Another example of a dessert inatokana na shoe paste inaitwa shoe paste fritters. Shoe paste fritters. Fritters, F-R-I-T-T-E-R-S. Shoe paste fritters. Example number 3, dessert inatokana na shoe paste ni coffee eclairs. Coffee eclairs. Coffee eclairs. Another dessert is cream buns. Cream buns. Cream buns. Cream bun. Another one is profiteroles. Profiteroles. Na kama uko na profiteroles, unaandika profiteroles / chocolates mostly. Profiteroles / vegetable / nasoma chart ya vegetable salad. So profiteroles / chocolate sauce. Muthoni, what about vegetable salad? The vegetable salad, what about? So, anytime you see shoe pastry kwa terms, definitely these are the items that you will be required to make. Now, I want you to know that among them, we have some which are hot and others which are cold. For instance, something like cream buns. Cream buns ni cold. So it will fit more perfectly in this menu of ours yenye tuko na blend na tumeblend supu. So cream buns will be the most appropriate dessert hapa. Kwa sababu cream buns zinawekwa cream huko ndani, and we know anytime we are using cream, hiyo kitu ikuwe baridi. So cream, because tulipeleka cream kwa fridge huko, tukakuja kuweka hiyo ni whipping cream. We are serving it as a cold dessert. Okay, Methoni. So cream buns will be the most appropriate shoe paste product or shoe paste dessert ya kuweka hapa because our starter was hot. Now the rest, the eclairs and the profiteroles, hizo zote ni hot. So anytime you have a cold starter na uko na shoe pastry, weka hizo zingine kama dessert. Now let's move on to number 4. Unless mtu ako na swali. Any question before you go to number 4? Okay, number 4. Number 4 we had blind bake, custard, chill, mayonnaise, and maya poa. Now, first of all, what is to blind bake? Blind baking is when we put pulses ama legumes inside. For example, tunaweka beans ndani ya our mixture, our pastry mixture. We put beans there, tunaweka kwa oven. The reason we blind bake or the reasons we put the beans is to prevent our dough from raising. Hatutaki erase. So tunaweka ndio ijaze hiyo space, occupy that space na iweke weight so that it cannot, our product is not going to raise. And majorly because we want to have some filling in there, ama kupaka jam, ama just other fillings in there. So number 4, Imelda, patie menu ya number 4. Now, there are people who are disappearing from class simply because I asked them a question. Is it hard to say that you do not know? So if somebody disappears from class, how are they going to know? Egg mayonnaise, sawa. Mohamed, acha niangalie. You have egg mayonnaise, yes, it is correct. You have beef goulash. You have boiled rice, rice leek with leek, Victoria sandwich, coffee with milk. Okay, you've not used the blind bake. Custard, you've not used custard. You've chilled the egg mayonnaise. Okay, maya poa imetumika kwa beef goulash. So I'll come back to your menu, Mohammed, because Victoria sandwich, no. Victoria sandwich, no. Another menu, Bansi. Ni sawa, Imelda, you were not in class, but I sent the menus, the terms kwa WhatsApp. Bansi, menu yako ya number 4. Daniel, number 4 menu.
Number 4. Vegetable salad.
Vegetable salad.
Brown beef stew. Turmeric rice. Steamed cabbage. Bakewell tart and custard.
Okay, Bakewell tart and custard sauce.
Coffee with milk.
Coffee with milk. So where have you used mayonnaise? In the vegetable salad?
In the Russian salad, yeah, it's vegetable stock Russian salad. Yes.
Okay. Sawa. That was a good one. Fatma.
Coleslaw,
Coleslaw.
plain boiled rice, mixed
You,
vegetables,
sijapata your protein.
braised liver,
Okay, braised liver.
plain boiled rice, mixed vegetables na zebra cake, stroke custard sauce.
Sawa. Now, the only problem niko nayo na wewe ni zebra cake. Auja blind bake. If not done blind baking. The rest ziko correct. Russian salad, Jones of place with tartar sauce, sauteed potatoes, buttered carrots, and French beans, fruit tart. Okay. You've chilled. Sawa, Mudhoni, I'll come back to that menu also, but it's a good one. It's a good one.
I want to give my menu.
Sawa.
Coleslaw salad,
Mm-hmm.
braised liver, pilaf rice, mixed vegetables, bakewell tart, and coffee with milk.
Okay. Sawa, your menu is correct. And the cream of pea soup is wrong because we need mayonnaise. Tunahitaji iko na mayonnaise. Imelda, marble cake is wrong. Tunataka kitu una bake blind. Nimesema ku bake blind, we put pulses inside. Tunaweka kama beans. And this can only be applicable in pastries. So zile desserts za pastries zenye huwa tunaweka the pastry inaiva ndio tunatoa. Tunajaza either custard or jam, such kind of desserts ndizo ninataka. So marble cake, no. Egg mayonnaise is correct. Queen pudding, no. Queen of pudding, we don't blind bake. Queen of pudding, we don't blind bake. So, in other words, here we are saying the major thing which is giving you a problem here. Okay, tuanze na ya kwanza, mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is used in cold starters and especially compound starters. Zile zenye ziko zimemixiwa sana, like coleslaw, like vegetable salad, because with vegetable salad you have many vegetables, so ukiziweka mayonnaise zina combine, zinashikana. That is the use of mayonnaise. Here, when we are having egg mayonnaise as our starter, remember we said egg mayonnaise is a dish. It is not the mayonnaise itself. You'll make the mayonnaise and you will boil eggs, which will be your starter. Then you will coat them with mayonnaise. That is egg mayonnaise. So hapo tumetumia mayonnaise, tukatumia chill. Then you can have any stew or any braised protein or any roast protein with a sauce. Yenye itatumia mayapwa. Kama ni beef stew, kama ni whichever stew ama braised liver. Kama ni grilled, of course, the gravy will use mayapwa of some vegetables ukitengeneza the sauce. Then we are now going to have vegetable of your choice again, because hakuna term ingine. The other term ni a dessert, which is blind baking. And I have said blind baking is when you put, the recipe simply tells you bake blind. So unaeka beans hapo ndani na unaeka ndani ya oven. So things like the Bakewell tarts, most tarts, you blind bake them. Now, nataka ujue there is a difference between blind baking and docking. They are almost related. Kuna blind baking na kuna docking. Docking is when you take a fork, unadunga tushimo. They work the same way. Ukidunga, it will not raise. But with blind baking, hiyo inakuwaga very specific. The recipe has told you bake blind. So unaeka beans hapo ndani, unaingiza ndani ya oven. Again, it will not raise. So something like Bakewell tart, yenye iko na custard, that is a very good example of a baked blind. Or any tart. Most tarts zenye tunapika kwanza the flan case, then we fill them in and we serve with the custard. So that is number 4. Let's go to number 5. Let me just check something. Number 5 iko na baste, deglaze, truss, peel na set. Now, who wants to give us a menu yake ya number 4?
Takalete number 5.
Yes, number 5. Tupatie.
Clear soup.
Yes, clear soup.
Bread rolls.
Yes, with the bread rolls.
Grilled chicken.
Saute potatoes.
Yes. Mixed vegetables. Ice cream.
Ice cream. Coffee with milk. Sawa, so umebaste na umetruss. What is to truss?
Truss is to kama unatengeneza chicken roast, grilled chicken, ukitaka ikuwe in the same shape yenye umetengeneza nayo, unaifunga.
Sawa, unaifunga na kitchen tray, unashona. So your menu is correct. And basting, what is basting?
Basting is scoop melted fat.
Sawa. So anytime when we are usually going to check on our roasting items, tunazipindua na kupaka butter, that is what kupaka mafuta ama kupaka marinade. That is what is called basting. Then peel, umepeel potatoes. Set, umeniambia dessert yako ni?
Ice cream.
Oh, yes, ice cream. So tumeset ice cream. Deglazing, what is your sauce?
Deglazing, my sauce is custard sauce. Grilled chicken. Tuna stroke sauce yake, tunaweka supreme sauce.
Okay, now sawa, you've put supreme sauce, but now supreme sauce is not deglazed. So we want to get a sauce which can be deglazed, kama gravy sauce. So kama gravy sauce. So gravy sauce, okay. Now Mohammed, sirloin steak with red wine sauce. Red wine sauce is deglazed, yes, but now sirloin steak, is sirloin steak trussed? No, I don't think so. So sirloin steak is not trussed. We don't truss sirloin steak.
Madam.
So tutaibaste, yes.
Ulikuwa umesema about hapo kwa chicken. kutumia gravy. Ulisema ni gravy zina apply
Yes.
kwa
Nimesema soup sauce haijatumia deglaze. So there are those sauces zenye zitatumia deglaze kama gravy sauce, thickened gravy na red wine sauce. Red wine sauce. Hizo tatu ndizo tunaweza deglaze. So you can put your chicken stroke red wine sauce stroke gravy sauce stroke thickened gravy. So utatoa supreme sauce. Supreme sauce tu ndio iko wrong. Sawa? Okay, chicken cave, tomato sauce. Okay, tomato sauce is not deglazed. Pilaf rice, mixed vegetables. No, I think I saw this. Oh, I saw this kitambo. Tomato soup with croutons, sirloin steak. Mohammed, nimesema hiyo yako, you will change sirloin steak. Turmeric rice, banana in jelly, that is correct. Umeset. So, change your protein to something you can trust. Tumesema kutrust ni kufunga. Na sana sana ni chicken. So, unaweza weka roast chicken ama grilled chicken with red wine sauce. That will be okay. Then, peel. What have you peeled? Okay, mixed vegetables. Mixed vegetables, what have you peeled there? Oh, you've peeled your bananas. Kwa banana in jelly, ni sawa. You've used peel. You've used set. Yeah, that will be okay. And when you have the roast chicken, itatumia based, itatumia trust. Clear soup with bread rolls. Grilled chicken with chicken juice, sawa. Delmonico potatoes, sawa. Spinach greens. What is spinach greens? We said have a cooking method early. Have a cooking method. So usiandike tu spinach greens. No, we need to see something. Is it creamed spinach? Is it buttered spinach? Is it steamed spinach? Is it fried spinach? So have a cooking method. Vanilla Bavarois is correct. So it is okay. Your chicken juice is very okay with the grilled chicken. Yeah, the only problem unayo na wewe ni spinach greens. Okay. So it seems like this particular question does not have major problems. Anybody with a question in this particular, in number 5? Based deglazed, yes?
Vegetable soup, we have it with croutons.
Vegetable soup?
With croutons.
As a starter, it is okay.
Okay.
It is okay because here we do not have a term ya starter. Terms nyingi zenye tuko nazo hapa ni za from protein tukienda huko chini. So you get any starter, tuko na set kama dessert, ya dessert. So starter lazima ikiwe moto. So soup is okay. Any soup, any hot starter is okay. Any other question in number 5? It seems like you didn't get a lot of problems with number 5. So anytime you have based, you know that you are having a dry protein. Grilled ama roast. Ndio based. Pia truss. Kutruss tulisema ni kufunga na kitchen thread to retain the shape. Na sana sana inatumika sana kwa chicken. Then kudeglaze is when we are making a sauce. Na tukasema we are either making red wine sauce, gravy sauce, thickened gravy, even this chicken juice is correct. Then you have peel. Kila mtu anajua kupeel. You can peel your vegetable kama carrot, kama courgette. You can peel potatoes. So hizo zote. Then set. Kuweka kwa freezer. Set. Ishikane. So if you are having any dessert in your kama Bavarois, kama ice cream, kama banana in jelly, hizo zote ziko correct. Ama sorbet. Yeah, now we go to number 6 then. Number 6. Barasa na Simiyu. Where have you been? Consolata, nipatie menu ya number 6. Do you have it? Kona menu ya number 6? Consolata. Consolata, uko na menu ya number 6? Solomon?
Yes, madam, maybe nijaribu but it's not full juu si kutumia dock. Lentil soup stroke bread rolls. White lamb stew. Carrot chapati. Braised celery. Sa dessert ndio pia sikuandika.
Yes, na dessert ndio inataka dock. Sawa, tumesema nini stroke bread rolls? Your soup?
Lentil.
Oh, lentil soup with what? Croutons?
Bread rolls.
Oh, with bread rolls. Sawa. You approve? Ni sawa. Then ukablend hiyo lentil soup, ni sawa. Need chapati. So it is correct apart from the dessert. Yeah. Another menu?
My menu is vegetable salad.
Yes.
Beef stew. Carrot chapati. Steamed spinach. Bakul tart. Coffee with milk.
Coffee with milk. Now, niko tu na shida na wewe pale kwa starter. Tuko na the term prove. Tuko na prove. Kuprove is raising using what? Yeast. Now, in our category, the only thing we prove, the only time we use yeast is when making bread rolls. So we use yeast when making bread rolls. So, kwa starter yako, we want to see a hot starter, something stroke bread roll. Something stroke bread roll. Kama clear soup or any other soup. Now, this blend inaweza tumika kwa soup, like Solomon has said, lentil soup, or you can simply blend tomatoes ukitengeneza whichever stew yenye utatengeneza kama protein. Chapati is correct. You are able to get any vegetable of your choice because hapa hakuna time ya vegetable. Then seasoning inaingia kila mahali because if it's soup, we are going to season our soup, we are going to season our protein, we are going to season our vegetable. So, doc, you have Bakewell tart. Now, I want to also talk about this doc. Tumesema kuna baking blind na kuna kudoc. The reason for using them is one. The reason is that we do not want our product to raise. Tunataka iive ikiwa iko na hiyo shape, the dome shape, inakaa bakuli. So, are there some that we dock and others we bake blind? The answer is yes. There are some products that we bake blind and there are others that we dock. Nimesema kudock ni kudunga na fork. So, let me see something here. Let me give you a solid example of something that we dock or something that we bake blind. And these things you find them at pastries. You find them under pastries. Just a moment, I'm trying to get some of them, especially under pastries.
Teacher,
Yes.
can I share my menu? Mushroom
Yes.
soup with bread rolls, beef
Sawa.
olives, butternut chapati, braised red cabbage, and apple flan.
Yes, that is very correct. That is very correct. Then do not forget to have coffee with the milk. Pale mwisho.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Any other person who wants to share their menu or confirm whether their menu is correct? Any person who wants to share their menu? I'm trying to get my menus. So most flans, we dock them. Flans usually dock. Tunadunga na fork so that they do not raise. And then most tarts we bake blind. So most tarts we bake blind. For example, if I was to give you an example, lemon tart. Lemon tart, nataka usikize hii recipe ya lemon tart. Prepare 150 grams of sugar paste, adding the zest of 1 lemon to the mix. Number 2, line a 16 centimeter flan ring with the paste. Number 3, bake blind for approximately 15 minutes. So most tarts iko very specific, inasema bake blind. So ukiona bake blind ujue uko na tart. But then most flans we simply dock. Kudock nimesema ni unadunga na fork. Na si kudunga tu mara moja, unadunga. You give it many air spaces, ndio hiyo the air that was trapped iweze escape through those small spaces that you are creating. So I believe that is all. That is all for the terms. The terms that I had sent you. I'll continue looking for more complex terms as we continue. I think I'm done for today. Haya, chicken consomme with the bread rolls. That is correct. Beef stew, correct. Pumpkin chapati, correct. Braised spinach, banana flan, coffee with milk. Yes, Jerusha, that one is correct. Yes, pecan pie, correct. That one is docked as a dessert. Is correct, Fatma. Do we have another question? Now, I have said that next week, yes, Collins.
You see, in the order of work, unatuambia hapo kwa pre-prep the last activities show their own marks. Sorry,
Rudia, sijakupata.
Hapo kwa pre-prep, pre-prep,
yes,
umetuambia wametupea our own their own remarks.
Yes. Kwa pre-prep, yes, kwa pre-prep unaandika remarks. So, nilipeana examples. If, for example, you've written washing vegetables, why are you washing them? So, washing vegetables, hapo kwa remarks, you can write for hygiene purposes. Thawing meat, or thawing beef, thawing pork, thawing chicken. Why are you thawing? Kwa remark, you are going to write to defrost, ama to remove the ice. So, remarks unajitafutia. In other words, you write the reason why you are doing whatever you are doing. And basically, most of them, kama ni weighing ingredients, ni nini, most of the remarks, the reasons, ama remarks za previous preparation is to save time. Like, for example, when you say grouping ingredients according to dishes, remark simply itakuwa to save time, because you do not want to do what we call backtracking. Hautaki kushinda unarudi pale kuchukua unga, kuchukua salt. Every time ukipika supu unaendea salt, ukipika rice unaendea salt. You want to have everything together. So majorly, the major remark ya previous preparation is to save time.
Okay, nimepata, asante.
Sawa. Okay, let me see this. Pumpkin soup with croutons. Consolata, if this menu ni ya number 6, croutons is out kwa sababu tuko na proof. Kwa kuprove, tunatumia bread roll. So utatoa croutons, uweke bread roll. Chicken saute, chesia, that's okay. Chapati, it's okay. Saute kales. Na fruit salad. No, fruit salad is wrong kwa sababu tuko na docking. Tuko na dock. Tukasema dock ni kudunga na fork. So tukasema hapo the most appropriate ni flan ama pie, most appropriate. Tukirudi pale kwa baking blind, the most appropriate ni tart. Kuna mtu ako na swali? Now I was saying, nimesema next week I'm going to be awarding Cat 1 marks. And how am I going to award the marks? I will award marks by simply calling your name and asking you a question. Just the same way, the same way we do here. What we do here, if I gave you terms, inakuuliza hiyo menu yako, you tell me your menu, so that menu, from that menu, that is how I will give you marks za Cat 1. That is how I'll give you marks za Cat 1. I also, not Cat 1, sorry, assignment 1. Assignment 1. Now, for Cat 1, I want to give a uniform question, which everybody is going to do a full paper. Plan, like have the menu, the order list, the costing sheet, the order of work, and the portioning equipment. Then you will send to my email. You will send to my email. Na hiyo swali ya cut nitawapea hiyo next class. Once I'm done once I'm done marking or awarding marks for the assignment next class, ndio nitawapea swali ya cut 1. Dennis, unaingia class kisha. Aya, kuna mtu ako na swali? Anybody with a question? Anyone with a question? Okay, then I'm going to end this session at that. Now, next week, because I'm going to send you terms, we'll talk about those terms, and I will also mention something about the portioning equipment. Some of you have had issues with what is portioning equipment, why do we write them, how many should you write? I will talk about that next week now. So, kama kuna mtu ako na swali aulize sahi before I end the session. So majorly now, because we've done up to the order of work, and next week I'll be talking about the portioning equipment, then that will be all about menu planning. Now we'll go into serious revision. And serious revision means when I give you terms, everybody must come with the menus so that we are able to cover as many terms as possible. So swali, hata kama ni ya order list ama ya costing sheet ama ya menu, from what we've already covered from the previous weeks. Okay, then let me end the session. So see you on, yes, what were production, CFB on Friday. Is it Friday? Yes, on Friday for the production class.